Hey there, Sam Visnick here, Release Muscle Therapy, and in today's product review we're going to be looking at a rotating neck massager, so stay tuned. Alright, welcome back. So in today's video we're going to be talking about a rotating neck massager. In particular, I picked up this unit from Amazon, and it doesn't have a lot of discernible name here. I think it's Camboda.com, Careboda.com. I'll leave the link down below so you can check it out. But I was looking at neck massagers in particular because I'm always looking for gadgets and tools that people can do at home to complement the work that we're doing in the office. And one area in particular, because I see a lot of individuals with chronic neck pain, headaches, migraines, etc., is working on the musculature of the neck. Now, oftentimes when we're working on these muscles, there's a lot of nerve sensitivity, the area is very tender, and it can only take so much massage therapy. It's not an area that we want to be digging in and grinding into. We want to treat it gently and over time, progressively, be able to add more pressure to decrease that nerve sensitivity. So what that means is we're going to require a lot of repetitions and we're going to require some frequency. Not everybody's going to be able to come in and get massage therapy 3-4 times a week, obviously, so we're going to need something to follow up with. In particular, one of the areas that tends to need a good amount of work is the lower cervical spine to upper thoracic area. And the reason why is we have those thick trap muscles in this area. We have the splenius muscles in here, and of course the levator scapula. And those are oftentimes areas that we oftentimes perceive to be tense and part of our problem. So in the past, I've recommended pinchers. You'll see another video where I did a review on this. And this was a great tool to be able to self-treat that area. But I've also been looking at other tools, and these Shiatsu massagers came up, so I thought I'd give it a shot. And to be honest with you, I was very pleasantly surprised. Oftentimes when I look at these things, I see a lot of gizmos and so forth, kind of dismiss it. But this one, I think it comes in the neighborhood of around $30 to $40, was really, really good. Got it in the mail. Good quality on the outside of this, looks very washable and so forth. It's actually fairly well designed. This one in particular has a zipper here so you can remove the top of it and then throw it in the washer and etc. So I like that a lot. So the key piece of this is that they have rollers on the inside of this, and they have multiple heads on it, and they actually rotate. So they'll provide a kneading activity. So oftentimes this is what we're trying to accomplish with this area, is rather than just pinching it and compressing it, we're actually trying to just knead through the tissue to pump a lot of blood in it and to desensitize it. So it's a lot of repetitions. The challenge with this, and any massage therapist will tell you, is there's a lot of work on the hands to do that much repetition, especially if we want to get about a 5 to 10 minute treatment on that area. So a tool can be a good substitute for that, or an adjunct, or a supplement to the therapy. So this one in particular aims to do that job. So what it does is it's placed around the back side of the neck, and I'm going to show you, you can work multiple areas when you're doing this. And the kind of cool part out of this is that when we put it on, you have these slings on the inside here. Now, the reason for this is for something to do with your hands, but also to keep the thing on your neck. So if I put my hands in here and I just let them drape, I'm going to reposition that properly so that I can basically just let my arms hang like this. And however hard I push down is how much pressure that those kneading tools are going to go into my neck. Okay, so obviously your arm weight's going to matter as well with this. So it's fairly comfortable to do this. I mean, and I've tried this sitting on the couch, sitting in an office chair, etc., and just kind of leaning or slouching up against the chair and letting my arm weight lean and hang as the tool is doing the work. Now there's a couple of buttons here, and it's got 3 levels of intensity. This one does in particular. It's got low, medium, and high. I actually find the low and the medium to be fairly sufficient. I may have a lot of neck sensitivity, not sure, but there is definitely enough juice on the high level for those of you who like a lot of pressure. This has a heat application, which is a nice little bonus as well. The outcome here is apply heat, get blood into that area, dilate the blood vessels as you're kneading the tissue. Perfect complement for what we're trying to do. Now the other component out of this, which is nice, is that the kneading application will go both directions. So it feels like it is actually pushing up, but also feels like it's pushing down. So it's interesting that it feels like it's almost like a scooping motion going down into this area, but a scooping motion going up as well. So that is an area in particular, like I said, that requires a good amount of repetition to work in there and is quite exhausting on the hands to do. So pretty straightforward. I can stick this thing on here just to give you an example. And it's actually, you can't see it too well probably in this. It's rolling around there. You can see it going up and down on my shoulders. But as I let it lean in there, it's just kind of kneading through those tissues. Feels pretty amazing, to be honest. I really like this thing. And I can speed it up. Now it's got a cord there, so this is not a cordless device. It's not something that you're going to be able to just charge and take it on the go. So it requires the need to be plugged in. So one of the downsides to this unit in particular is that the cord is not super long. So you're probably going to have to sit reasonably close to the outlet, if not use an extension cord, which is what I have right there. But it also does come with, and it's meant to be used in the car as well, it actually has a charger that will go into your car jack, which is interesting. I don't recommend driving with this thing on, but if you're in the passenger seat or you're taking a break, long drives make your neck hurt. Good thing to pull over and handle that. Okay, so but that's pretty much it and straightforward for the neck. It's a great tool. I advise people to not spend more than a few minutes at a time and then build it up. I've always said that people tend to be too aggressive on the neck area when they're self-treating, especially with some of these tools like the Theracane, is just digging in there way too hard. I don't recommend that. It's better off to do little amounts and then slowly dose it up over time with some frequency, and then you can build up some soft tissue resiliency and reduce the nerve sensitivity in that area. Now I do want to talk about one extra thing that of course I had to try is with the tool, is, I'm going to unplug that here real quick, is that it doesn't only work on the neck. So on the neck, we oftentimes are working on the upper trap area in the neck. You can slouch a little bit and get it into that mid-cervical region, although you do have to be careful depending upon the size of your neck of compressing into these lateral structures, so I will put out that warning. But I did actually move it around to see if I could work on some of the other areas of the back, and frankly, it worked pretty well with that. It's just, the tool has to be modified a little bit here in terms of positioning. So if your arms are in here into the handles and you're sitting down, you can lean into the couch chair and then it will actually knead through the extensors in the mid portion of the back as well. So you can't walk around with it. Me standing and doing it like this is obviously not very comfortable, but if you're sitting in a chair and leaning up against the chair, it will actually be very useful. And in particular, in this lower thoracic area where these thoracic extensor musculature tend to be very sore, I did find it was very useful because even just slightly leaning up against it into the couch, the kneading motion was enough to actually, get the job done there. It is possible to get this to work on different areas. I have a wider pelvis. I'm 6'3", so for me, putting this across the lower back area, the kneading rotating nozzle or heads there didn't quite make it past the ilium bones into the gluteal area, but if you are smaller in size and stature, then it is very possible that this can actually perform good massage work into this upper gluteal area. Now the pictures on the box will show this laying face down, so if somebody's laying on their back and then just laying on top of this, it'll do the massage on the back. Those are all things to play with. But I think it's very possible to get multiple uses out of this. The neck, the mid-back area, lower thoracic, and possibly into the gluteal area. So for about 30 to 40 bucks, not a bad buy. And as a good additional self-care item, I do recommend that you take a look at this. Good one for the holidays for people as well. So that's my review of that rotating massager. And I'll put the link down below if you're interested in grabbing one of those. Make sure you like this video, comment below any questions you might have, and feel free to subscribe to the channel so you can see further product reviews. Sam Visnick here, thanks for watching.